Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? What's going on, guys? Yeah, welcome, guys. Your boy Neo JC. So, guys, I just been getting a lot of questions. Like, people been asking me a lot of questions about me and about the work that I do. So I took the time to write down the questions. I'm gonna read the questions and then I'm gonna answer them to help the new viewer get to know me a little bit better. Also, make sure you stick around to the end. I have 2 bonus questions I'm gonna ask at the end. Before we get started, let me take a sip real quick. Man, whew, water have never tasted so good. So I wrote down the questions. I might just read them out loud and then I might answer them to the best of my ability. So yeah, this is 20 questions. You already read the title, you know what this is about. So yeah, let's get started. First question says, what is your name or business name? Well, my name is Neo J Claude, but some call me JC. The business name is Two Focus. Two Focus is the business name that I created for my photography business. You write 2 and then focus. Question number 2 says, do you specialize in a specific niche? Yes, I do. I'm mostly focused mainly on wedding photography. That's the main thing that I do. But I also do other things too, but like the main thing that I do is wedding. Question number 3 says, do you have a website or a booking site? Yes, I do have a website. I'll leave the link below in the description. But yeah, you guys can also follow me on social media. I have pictures on social media, 2focus_AP1 or 2focus.shots. Yeah, 2 like the number 2 and then focus.shot and then or 2focused_AP1 on Instagram and Facebook. I'm on there, just 2Focus Photography on Facebook. Okay, yeah, question number 4. How old are you? How old am I? Well, how old do I look? I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to guess. Comment below how old you think I am. Whoever gets closest, I'll send you a gift. Question number 5 is, what is your pricing structure? My pricing structure, well, it depends. It depends on the service. Like if I'm doing video versus doing pictures, it's gonna be 2 different things. Also, it depends on the location as well. Like someone who lives in the same city and someone who lives in a whole different state, it's not gonna be the same price because you gotta calculate the traveling distance. So yeah, the price range, it's not too high and it's not too low. It's just in the middle. It just, like if you really want to know how much I really charge, just DM me on my Instagram or find me on social media, find me on the website, send me a message and I'll personally give you a quote. But yeah, it depends on the service. I can't just give you a one answer type question. It's going to be it's kind of complicated because it depends on your needs, what type of service you need exactly. So I can't really just be like, oh, it's this amount. But it's not too much though. Question number 6. What is the image turnaround time? Okay, so image turnaround time, less than a week. Question number 7. What is one thing you wish you knew when you started photography? Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. One thing I wish I knew how expensive this photography thing gets. When I first started photography, I didn't really have anyone to ask questions. So, I just kind of like did it on my own basically until I learned, oh, this thing gets really expensive. One thing I wish I knew before I got into this is how expensive it gets. Like you start buying one camera, before you know it, you want to buy another one, then you want to buy another one, then you want to buy this, you want to buy that, it gets really expensive. One thing I wish I knew, how expensive it gets. That's what I wish I knew. Do I regret it though? No, I don't regret anything. Everything I went through, everything I have experienced, it all happened for a reason, But yeah, so I don't regret anything. But that's the only thing I wish I knew, how expensive it gets, so I could mentally prepare myself. Question number 8. How did you get so good at photography? Smiley face. That's a good question. Blushing right now. Well, how do I give? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. There's things I don't even know. There's things I'm still learning to this day. Like I started photography about I think about 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't really start taking it serious until like 4 years ago, but I've been doing it longer than that. Experience over time, you just do things, you just get better and better. Like you don't always start being good at something. It's like playing a sport. when you first start a sport, you know, you start off being very bad or you're very slow, you know, and then over time you start learning. You know, as you keep doing it, you get better and better. Repetitive, doing it over and over time, you know, it pays off. But thank you, thank you, I appreciate that. So what gear do you use? What gear do you use for photography? A camera, lens, light. I use tripods. It depends what I'm doing. You need a computer for sure. Microphones for sure. Make sure you get microphones. You're gonna be shooting videos. Question number 10. Which lens is your favorite and why? Woo, man, I love this question. Which lens? You already know, baby. This is my lens right here, the 85mm, 1.4. This is a Sigma 85, 1.4. This is by far my favorite lens of all the lenses that I own or have owned. This is my favorite lens. Like, every shoot that I do, I have it. I always make sure I carry this in my bag. It doesn't matter if I'm using it or not, I carry it in my bag no matter what. Because I know at the end of the day, I'm gonna need it. You know, this is like literally like cream and butter. When it comes to picture, this lens is cream and butter. Like literally, this is like my favorite lens of all time. Like this lens, it literally has its own spot right here in my heart. Like it has its own space right here in my heart. Never go anywhere without it. If it's true you see me at, just know I have 85. The reason why I have 85, because this lens is literally the best. I'm gonna make more video about this one too, comparing it to other lenses that I've shot with. Question number 11. When you go out to shoot, do you take any essential item other than a camera or lens? Yes, I do. I take other stuff. It depends on the shoot for real. Like if I'm shooting wedding videos, obviously I'm gonna have a tripod, I'm gonna have a gimbal, I'm gonna have lights, camera, you know, I'm gonna have microphone. It depends literally on the shoot. If I'm just doing like a regular portrait shoot, I'll have like a light on the stand, you know. Question number 12. 12, right? I'm on 12, right? Question 12, yeah. Out of all your photos, which is your favorite photo and why? Ooh. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I have one. I do have photos of me that I've taken on the camera. Like other people have taken of me that I've edited. I guess that's my favorite, but I can't. I don't think it'd be fair to count my own photo as my favorite. Like, actually, I love all the photos that I do because like that's my work, you know, like at the end of the day, I put the time and energy into that. So all the photos are my favorite. If you look on my Instagram, I think this one might be my favorite. Like this is one of the photos I like. But this is a photo of me, so it wouldn't be fair to count that as a favorite. For me, it's kind of blurry, you can't really see. But yeah, guys, the pictures are on my Instagram. If you go on tofocus.shots, you'll be able to see the photos that I've taken. It's kind of hard to focus in with the light hitting the camera. I might have to turn down the brightness or something. Yeah. So there's some of the photos that I've taken. Yeah. I guess I was on question 13. What do you think about social media for photographer? Like, do you think photographers should use, like, is the question saying like, should photographers use social media as a source of like promotion or like as like a website thing? In my opinion, I do think social media is a good thing for a photographer. It helps you establish yourself to clients. Like, for example, I've used social media like literally my whole life. I don't post every little thing that I do on social media, but I post like most of my work on it. Like, most of the clients that I worked with in the past, they all came from social media. So like, you know, people will see it, they'll like it, you know, they'll share it. And then someone else who's interested, they'll come and find me on there and then DM me from there, and then we'll go from there. So yes, I do think social media is a good thing for a photographer to put your work out there, but you shouldn't be the only place you put your work. As a photographer, you should have your own website where you put your portfolio. The next question. What got you into photography? Photography actually started for me as a hobby. When I was younger, I used to love taking pictures. So as I grew up loving it. I grew up just loving it actually. Like when I was 7, for Christmas one time, I got a camera. I still remember this day. It was an old, one of those, them old film cameras, the ones that the print. That's what I had. That's what I had as a gift. So you know, ever since then, I kept taking pictures, like literally anything in my family, like all my brothers and sisters. I was just, and then the picture just print out, and then just give it to the person. Yeah, ever since then, I just kept loving taking pictures. Like, at first it was easy. You know, you just take a picture and then you didn't really have to do nothing. You just make sure the lighting was good. And then the picture come out. But as you get older, you know, the technology has changed now, so you have to adapt to the new technology, you know. That's what it is. But yeah, it started for me as a hobby. I actually grew up loving it. I have a funny story. The crazy thing is I actually grew up hating pictures. Like all the pictures that have me as a baby, I used to cry in the picture. I had asked my mom one time, hey mom, why all the pictures that I have, like all the pictures of me as a baby, why was I crying in all the pictures? Like what was going on? And then she told me, oh, you hated pictures. Every time you saw a photographer or the camera, like I guess it was somewhat a flash or something, you just didn't like it. Like every time you seen the flash, you cry. You start crying for no reason, and we had no choice but to take the picture. Like all the family pictures that I have, I was crying. So now it's kind of weird, like how I grew up becoming a photographer when I used to hate pictures or seeing a photographer with a camera. It's weird. It's crazy how the stars align, man. Question number 15. Why do you love what you do? Why do I love what I do? I love photography because photography for me is more than just a picture. Like a picture can say so much thing. Like there's a saying that says a picture says 1,000 words. That's what it says. So for me, a picture is not just a picture. A picture actually means something to me. Like I love doing photography because I like to create moments, especially happy moments. I feel like those moments, they last forever. Me being a part of that, it brings a lot of joy in my heart. You know, I'm like, oh, I created that moment. Like I captured the moment. I didn't just take a picture. The picture says a lot, like the motion, the feeling, like the environment, like what was going on. Question number 16. How many weddings have you done? Oh, weddings, shoot. Like weddings that I've done this year or last month? Or do you mean like overall? So I'm gonna answer that question 3 ways because I feel like it's kind of hard to answer just one way. Overall, I've done a lot. Just last month I did one, and this year total I done, I want to say 3 this year total. But like it's different. Every year is different, you know. I do have a lot of experience in that field, and I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm out there. Question 17. What got you into photography? What got me into photography? I don't know, I want to say passion. It started, like I say, it started as a passion. Next question. What sets you apart from other photographers? What set me apart, I want to say my skills, my work. Actually, my work sets me apart. But when it comes to photography, it's an art. It's not really a competition thing. It's not like, oh, this person is better than this person, or this person's work is way better than this person, because it depends the style of work they do. Like everybody is good at what they do, you know, like different skill sets or different they add different uniqueness to their photo. Question number 19 says, what is 2 advice you would give someone new or someone just starting in photography? First advice I would give someone who's starting to photography is, it's a cold war out here, man. How do I say this in a I want to say this in the most respectful, meaningful way, that way you can understand it, because like it's cold out here. Some people think getting into photography is easy, but no. When you get into the field of photography, you have to know your own best interest. You can't depend on someone else to give you advice. I mean, I can give you advice all day, say, oh, don't give up, do this. No, you have to be your own advice. You know, like when you do something, make sure you do it to the best ability, because yeah, they say they're not going to judge, you're not going to do that, but they will judge you based on your work. And if you do the best work, people will always come back to you and want to do work with you. So first advice I give is make sure you do your best work whenever you're out. Whenever you're doing photography, make sure you give out your best work. Do not give nothing less than 100%. Make sure you put in your best work and give them your best work. That way, they'll always feel happy to come back to work with you. Second advice I'll give is don't give up. Don't give up on it. Like, starting photography is hard, man. I'm telling you, it is hard. So you can't give up. Even for me, when I first started, I wanted to give up so many times. Like where I am right now, if it wasn't for me not giving up, I wouldn't be here. Or if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. So make sure you don't give up on yourself and don't give up on your work. You know what you want. Make sure you go out there and do it. Give it your best no matter what. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, man. If you need help on something, ask for help. If you need something, you don't know how to do something, look it up, do something. Don't just sit there and hope for the best, because if you really want to do it, you're going to find a way. So don't give up on yourself, don't give up on your work, and when you do your work, give it 100%. That's the 2 advice I would give. Question number, I think this is question 20, last question. How old were you when you started photography? I was really young, maybe like 10 years old, 11. I was really young. I started at a young age, but I wasn't serious. I was just doing it as a hobby. Here's the bonus question. I told you I was gonna give you a bonus question. Thank you for watching so far. Bonus question number 1 says, how do you prepare for a shoot, especially in a new location? So how do I prepare for myself if I'm going to a new location? Well, first thing is you gotta make sure your gears are ready for use. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just show up to a shoot with a dead battery, or you can't show up to a shoot with no memory card, or show up to a shoot with no camera. Make sure, if you know you have a shoot somewhere, make sure you prepare accordingly. Make sure your batteries are charged. Make sure you have everything you need for the shoot. If you go into a new location, make sure you get your sleep, because you're gonna need the energy to drive. If you're driving there, or if you're flying, whatever you're doing, make sure you get your sleep, because you gotta be there 100%. You can't just be there like, oh, I'm ready to shoot. You gotta be there 100%. Make sure the client knows, like, hey, this is the photographer. He's happy to be here. He's not just here just because I'm paying him. No, make sure he or she know you're there because you're happy to be there, you're happy to do your job, and you're gonna give it 100%. That's what I would say. Make sure you're ready for that. Prepare yourself mentally. Before you go to sleep for the next day, make sure you have the batteries, the camera, the memory cards, everything you need for that shoot, set it aside. That way the next day come, you're ready to go, and you have your sleep, and you go and do 100%. Last bonus question was, when it comes to photo editing, how many images do you normally select, or how many images do you select/edit? For this question, it depends on the shoot. Because if I'm doing a wedding, I'm not gonna send you 1,000 pictures. That's ridiculous. You're not gonna go through all these pictures looking. You're not hiring me to just take the picture and then send it to you to select your picture. Basically what I do, I might take 1,000 pictures, but I'm not gonna send you 1,000 pictures. Let's be real. Nobody's gonna go through 1,000 pictures trying to post all 1,000 pictures or show the family member all 1,000 pictures. It doesn't work like that. I might take 1,000 pictures, but I'll go home and do my homework. Basically, I go home and do what I gotta do. Go through each and every single one of those pictures and make sure I pick the best one. The best brings the best side of you. I'm not gonna send you no off-guard pictures where you don't look ready. No, I'm gonna make sure I send you the best pictures. As a photographer, I gotta put my best foot out there. I can't just send you less than 100%. I gotta send you the best picture. To answer the question, I usually send for weddings, I usually send like around 200 pictures that I've pre-selected it, and then I'll have you go through those 200 and pick the ones you like, the ones you want me to retouch. If you want like retouching, I'll send it to you, and then you can pick out of those, and then you can just pick 20 or 10 depending on the package. It really depends on the package that you pick, and then I send you those, you pick, then you let me know what you want, and I'll go on hard editing. And for other pictures like photo shoots and stuff like that, it just really depends on the shoot. If you go on my page, I actually have more depth on my page depending on the shoot. If you go on my page, click book, select the type of shoot you want to do. Under the description, you'll be able to read and see exactly how many photos you'll be getting and how many pictures will be retouched based on your choice. Yeah, anyways guys, thank you for watching. This wraps up the video. If you watched the video all the way to the end, I want to thank you. I really do appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate the support you guys are showing. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I will read it and I'll get back to you. If you could like the video, if you liked it. If you didn't like it, you can double tap the like button. That would really do help a lot. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. There'll be more videos coming soon. Be safe out there. Go out there and keep shooting. Do your best work. Give it 100% and nothing less. All right, peace. Go.